What's up, guys? I'm Craig. We're here today. We're going to do some rear brakes on Mr. Kevin's E92 M3.
Alright, first things first, use a one of these tools to get these lugs off. Aftermarket lugs. Obviously loosen all the lugs before you put this up in the air. Jack away, buddy. Obviously use the supplied jack mounting areas underneath the car. That's good. Yep. Kevin, you want to tell people what you have done to this thing?
Nothing much really. Just wheels, Akrapovic, X-Pipe, Megan. Got 4-star F14, super deep in the rear, and I have concave in the front.
What are the specs? Do you remember?
No, it's been a while, man, to be honest.
19 by 9.5s? 9s?
Yeah, it had to fit the stock tire when I got them, so it's about as big as it could go.
So 245, 260 though?
Yeah.
Now this is a 295 back here.
Well, I switched out the tire in the back. It used to be a 265. I got 295s now.
Oh my god, this is gonna be... These are stuck on here.
Always a struggle.
Yep. And that's the good thing about this channel. We're gonna show you all the shit that you gotta deal with along the way. One being wheels that are seized onto the car.
We're going to show the real struggles. We don't skip over anything.
Okay, this is gonna suck. There we go. Alright. Do a close up here. This is the OEM brakes, M3 brakes, changing pads for that just in the rear.
All right, guys, we got this side off. Adam's going to show you a little close up here.
All right, so the key to this is when this is on here, there's these two little nubs, one there and one on the bottom, that hook into the caliper. So what I did, since we've got replacement ones, these are StopTech pads. They come with new clips, so this one's basically trash at this point. So what you need to do is, when it's in here, you need to pry it up and get the little hooks past the caliper. So what I did was I went behind here and bent it enough where I bent it enough that it was sticking out a little bit further like that. And then I took my flathead and I pried this corner up and this corner up, and the whole thing popped off. So this is trash. We'll replace it with a new one. We'll show you the other side in detail now if you want. Alright, so here's what we got. Give this another go. And I'm just using a microfiber towel here to protect from scratching anything too much. So I bent it enough, kind of get it propped up, and then same thing with the bottom. You don't want to get your fingers stuck back in here because it's like a retainer clip, so it springs back into place and you're gonna get your hand stuck. It's not gonna feel good. So it's already a little bit looser, just need to keep it going. There you go.
Bingo.
So there's that. So now on the back side, there's a couple things we got to do back here. Open that for me. All right. I don't know if you're able to see. Let me change the lighting here. So back here, there's, make sure you don't clip this brake line, but there's this little plastic
Dust cap.
One on top and one on bottom, so we need to pry that off. See if I can use my finger. Yep, comes right off. We have replacements of these as well. On the bottom.
Let's see if we can't get the camera down here on the bottom. Let's see if we can't have that bad boy.
That lighting okay?
Where are we at here? Oh, there it is. See how that easy that is, guys? Let's just pop right off.
And then we should be able to put our tool in there and unscrew it. Which, I think it's an Allen key. Alright, what we're gonna do here is, I don't know if I got a little wrench or something I'm putting on there. Alright, so we loosened that screw enough. There's a threading right there. You don't need to get the bolt totally out. It just needs to be completely loose to the point where we can free the pad. So that just holds the pad in place. Now we'll get to the bottom one. There we go. Alright, I want your camera. Break it loose. You see the threads coming out?
Get really up underneath here now. You can see that. Yeah, see how it's spinning now, guys? You can actually see the... Just like that.
Is it loose enough?
Should be.
I'll do one more just for good measure. Yeah, it's pretty loose. Alright, that's that. Now what? Zoom in here.
Here we go.
Alright, so we're going to take this bolt out actually. It's already unthreaded all the way, I believe. But to get it totally out, I'm going to wedge my screwdriver in here and kind of push and unscrew at the same time. There we go. So that's that. There's one.
I'll zoom in on it there, so that's what it looks like. You want to let everybody know what size this is?
Doesn't tell you. There it does on the side. 7 mil, I think.
I can't say.
7 millimeter.
There you go, 7 millimeter.
Do the same thing on the bottom. See where my screw is down here?
Yeah, we need some lighting down here. Aha. Beautiful.
Alright.
See that
So
guys?
I'll wedge it. I'll screw it at the same time. I'm not sure if it's unscrewed all the way yet.
It's a lot easier if you have a ratcheting Allen head, but we're going old school with it today.
It's screwed all the way yet.
These are real life probs right here.
Unscrewed, it just needs to come out.
There we go.
Done.
That's all she wrote.
This should be loose enough to come off now. Alright, I'm just wedging my screwdriver in here just to get this loose. You gotta be careful of this line, this brake line, because it's already a little bit stretched, so what's gonna happen once this brake comes off is it's gonna put more tension on it.
Just a little wiggle room there. And
See, the pad's already coming with it. So you can either Velcro or zip tie this up, or bungee cord it, or just be careful and hold it. But we're gonna have to compress the brake piston.
move it to this side so you guys can actually see how he's
So
taking that out.
the wear sensor is connected up here still. Here, hop out of the way. All right, so we pulled the pad out. So the problem with these M3s is the brake sensor breaks very, very easily. It's just a piece of rubber. Pretty much recommend to replace these each time you change the brake pads. So the car has 3. There's 1 in the rear on the back right passenger side, and then there's 2 in the front. So the other side, we won't have this problem, but it's basically impossible to get off without breaking them off. So you can see there, the wear sensor sits inside of the inner pad. See, I even have it broken off and I still can't get it out. There. So what happens is, if you follow the wire, it loops around back here, comes down here, and then it's behind this splash shield, and it plugs in. There's a little white connector. We'll show you that another time because we don't have the part right now to actually replace this. But so it'll throw a light on the dash for the time being, but we'll still replace the pads, and then we'll come back to another on another day and replace this wire. But here's what get that out of the way for now. Here's what the caliper looks like. So what we need to do is compress the caliper piston, which is this big guy right here. And we've got some tools that we rented from AutoZone. So this was rented from AutoZone. It was $65 or something, and once you return it, you get your deposit back. So a couple different sizes for everything in here, different brakes, that sort of thing. So we'll have to figure out which tools to use here to do this. But see, what you do is you put this bracket through like that, and let's see here. Let's see what we need here. I'll use this big one. It'll sit on top like that, and what happens when you screw this in, it pushes, this piece pushes the piston back in. All right, so I figured out what size to use from all these little extensions. So you put the little piece inside of the brake piston, and then you kind of tighten it. So we might need to get a ratchet here, but what you want to do is when you turn it, it compresses the piston back into the caliper. Pretty much just want to go until it stops spinning. So you can tell the piston's going into the caliper. Here, hold this. See how it's going past the rubber? There. It won't go any further than that. So it's all the way in. Now we can take this tool back off. Done. So that's what that looks like when it's compressed.
Alright guys, so Kevin got some new pads from ECS Tuning. They're the StopTech high performance brake sport ones, as you can see there. I think he said he paid around $70 for these. A little bit better stopping power and hopefully less dust, as you know, is notorious with M3s.
Here's a before and after of the old pads. So this is the inner pad. Inner pad.
So as you can see, look at the difference there, guys. Do a little side-by-side comparison even from the front. And then the rears. As you can see, night and day difference.
So that's the inner pad. This is the outer pad.
See the big difference there.
All right, so here is the inner pad. These little clips go inside of the piston. That's how it kind of holds it in place. So make sure you hold it this way, or insert it this way, not that way. So you can see that. Just kind of compression fits inside of there, clips in. That way it doesn't move. And then the inner pad, or sorry, the outer pad only goes one way, and it sits like that. It's gonna be loose until we actually like get it on the car, but it'll sit like that. So I'm just gonna hold it, reinsert into place, just like that. And then we're gonna put these screws back in. Let's start on the top one, just to get us going here. Hold the light up more. Good. All right, so put the screw back in. It's kind of compression fitted. There's a rubber piece through here. They gave us replacement ones with the new brakes, but these are still fine, so I say we just continue to use those. Just kind of push it through and line up with the hole. Kind of have to finagle it a little bit. There it goes, it's threading. I'm not going to tighten this one all the way down until we get the bottom one going, because I'm sure we'll have to adjust
Some movement.
yeah. Alright, I think that's good for now. I'm gonna start on the bottom one. Good?
Yep.
So you go through. This is where a ratcheting Allen would come in handy.
A lot faster. But
We like to keep it old school here, and this is, you know, what most people have in terms of tools, so
maybe one day we'll have some nice tools.
get on the Matt Mormon tool level with some Sonic tools. All right, so we got the bottom one tightened down. We're gonna finish the top one here. Done. Doesn't go anywhere. So this is just holding the brake brake sensor in place, the wire. But since we're not replacing that right now, we're just gonna put that back in. So there you have it. Front and rear's on there. So Kevin's gonna have to go in the car, and we're gonna put the clip back on here so that this front one doesn't move. But after that, Kevin's gonna pump the brakes for us, and then we should be good to go. So let's put this new clip back in. It's easier. What's that?
Can we change out the sensor without changing it?
Mm-hmm.
I was just saying.
So it's easier to start with the middle and then move the outside ones into place. Just gotta use some force here. Actually, I think it is. There's that. Got those two in. We just need to move these to the outside. Almost. Okay, that's what happens.
See, we're showing you the real life struggles right here. Not everything is
Easy peasy like they show you.
easy peasy like they show you in black and white.
There we go.
There we go.
Everything's in place.
Things in place.
It's in. It's in. So you kind of got to play around with it, figure out what works and what doesn't. But that pad should be good to go. So that's one side down. The driver's side should be a little bit easier. There is no brake sensor to worry about. Like I said, this car only has 3, 2 in the front and 1 in the passenger rear. So we'll replace this another time.